Good day, everyone. Welcome to Twin Math Science. Here we make maths and physics very simple for everyone, every learner, every grade, every curriculum. So people, we are in the topic of momentum physics. This is the first lesson for all grade 12s. This is the first recordings of grade 12s. We've been dealing with grade 11 and all that. So momentum, this is the first topic we will first attack for momentum. So now people, grade 12, welcome grade 12s. So today you'll be taught by Josiah, as you can see on the screen, Josiah, Twin Maths Science. Okay, but then someday you will be taught by my twin brother, and he will be the one, he will tell you his name. So anyways, momentum physics grade 12. Okay, now let's start. Let's not waste time, people. I know you hate long videos. Okay, so what is a momentum? A momentum is the product of an object's mass and its velocity. This is how you're going to define it, even in the exam room. Is the product of an object's mass and its velocity. So meaning our P is our momentum. When you are looking for P, or when you are looking for momentum, you're going to multiply it by mass and the velocity. Our M means what? Mass. Our V means what? Velocity. So we are going to multiply. That's why when we define it, we say the product of an object's mass and its velocity. Don't say it's the multiplication of the mass and you will get it wrong. Remember, we don't just define in physics. You define exactly as it is. So that definition is the product of an object's mass and its velocity. Don't do your own things, okay? Anything that moves carries velocity. Without velocity, there's no momentum. We know everything, each and everything that exists has a mass, has a certain mass. Even if that paper has a mass, even though it's very, very light, but then it has a mass. Like everything has a mass. But then velocity, it must be there so that there will be momentum. If something is a table, or your laptop is just, or your phone is just on top of a table, there's no momentum because it's not moving. But then once it starts moving, there's a momentum. If the car there, it's moving, there's a momentum. But once it stops, then there's no more momentum. So anything that carries velocity, it has momentum. As you can see on the screen, anything that carries velocity, it has momentum. Without velocity, there's no momentum. Okay, momentum changes constantly. Yes, we know. Velocity, obvious people, we know the velocity is changing every time. You might find that now we are driving, we are working with 10 meters per second. After working with 10 meters per second, we see the bump over there. We say, let's decrease, let's move with 5 meters per second. So now with that, there's now a change in momentum, which is one of the things we are going to talk about as the topic develops. So momentum changes constantly. Thus, we calculate change in momentum. We are going to calculate it. Okay, what are the common scenarios in general? As we can see, we have car crashes. You see a car, it's crashing. You see the accident, the objects colliding, like a Newton's cradle. We can see on the screen, there's Newton's cradle there. So with Newton's cradle, to the ones that did not know that it's a Newton's cradle, that is a Newton cradle. Today you know that is a Newton cradle if you don't know, okay? And then maybe falling objects, because those falling objects, they have a velocity. If an object is falling, it has a velocity, hence it has a momentum. If a car is crashing, because of its crashing, it was moving at this first place, meaning it has a momentum. An object that is colliding is the same as car crashing. So it's the same, meaning before it collided, it had a momentum. Even when it's colliding, it has a momentum. Okay, now walking. Every time we are walking, we are running. Okay, people. So now we have the formulas used in momentum. People, these are all formulas that we are going to use. But then, yes, we are going to go by them step by step. If you know how to use all these formulas, just know that you are now good. You can now master your momentum. So now I'm going to show you how to calculate the momentum and the change in momentum, and all that, etc. people. So now I'm going to show you that. So now let's start with our calculating momentum in general.